Hi, it's Lonnie with Crafty Traveler. Welcome to episode 2 of the Union Square Block pattern by Liz Adams. You can win this pattern if you watch the video and make a comment either on the YouTube channel itself or on a Facebook channel that you might have seen it referred to. I usually share my Facebook with different pages. In this episode, episode 2, I'm going to show you how to make the alternate block and how to make the log cabin block. I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. This is what the alternate block looks like. It's not hard. It's done with strips of background, which is the beige, and the accent fabric with 2 rectangles of background. The first thing I had to do was cut some long strips. So the block is made up of 2 little 4 patches. So you cut long strips. You're going to recut 4 pieces to make 2 4 patches. Okay, so I have my 2 strips here, and I'm going to make 4 cuts. And then I'm going to sew them together into 4 patches. Just like that. The next section is made up of 2 larger pieces and 1 smaller strip. And I'm going to cut that once right now. Okay, I've laid out the 4 patches. There are 2 alternate rectangles and the strip of the large rectangles and the smaller strip that I just cut. I'm going to sew this 4 patch to this 4 patch to this. Then I will sew this to this and this to this. I'll come back when I'm finished. Alright, there's the alternate block. The pattern says I have to make 8 of them. Now I'm going to show you how to do the log cabin block that goes around the quilt. And this is what mine looks like. The instructions are very good in the pattern. It gives you all the dimensions of the different pieces. It starts out by having you cut 2 strips for the 2 center pieces. And then you start building from there. The next piece is in this position. And then there is the first red piece. Which goes on this side. And then my second red piece goes here. And then we need another background. not that one, this one. Then this one. And then a red top piece. And finally, the side. I know this is long, that's okay, I'll trim it as I go. So, I'm going to show you how to sew it together. I have the two center pieces already sewn together, and now I'm going to sew the shorter background piece. And then the first red piece, and I know it's long, I'm just going to sew it on. I didn't cut it to specifications. In fact, I prefer to cut my strips long, and then I can chain piece many of this section along that line of strip. Whichever way you want to do it, it's just fine. So there's that. And the next piece goes across the center piece and the side piece. Like that. And then I have the next red. My first red piece then goes across the top of that. And I know it's a little long, but that's okay, I can trim it. There we go. And the next one is going to go on this side. And I'm going to turn it around. I know this piece is long, but again, I can trim it. And sometimes if I'm doing multiple sections, I like to have that strip long. Then I can do one after the other in a chain piece style rather than just making one block at a time. So that's the next piece. Now we're going to go to the bottom piece of the background. And we're going to do another piece of background on this side. And the top red. And the final piece. And there's the log cabin block. And the pattern says to sew 24 log cabin blocks. This ends episode 2 of the alternate block and the log cabin block. I hope you enjoyed it and learned about it. Stay tuned for episode 3, where I lay out the pattern and sew the quilt top together. Please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you comment on this so that you can be entered in the drawing to win this pattern. Share with your friends, and of course subscribe, and stay crafty.